The right thing to do is to change the way you think, to change the way you feel in order to change the way you behave, period.
Smile. Can you just say, good morning, Mum, not again?
My mum is just filming me because she thinks this is a word you've seen. Don't know when she'll stop, but you'll find out when the clip ends.
Hi everyone, it's Naomi Sese here, doing something different. Did you know that your belief systems weren't actually chosen by you? So if they weren't chosen by you, how do you know that your belief systems are actually correct for you? What am I talking about? Well, from the age of 0 to 7, your belief systems weren't chosen by you. They were given to you by your parents, your immediate family, your siblings, your schools, your churches, your peer groups, your society. We're all laying down these belief systems that they wanted you to believe in. Because when you were born, when we were all born, we were all a blank slate. And depending on where you live, in which household you live in, or which country you live in, you will believe in a belief system that your whole society and your immediate family believe in. So therefore, we absorb other people's belief systems and we absorb other people's perceptions of the world before we even begin to understand who we are. We're in default. Supposing their belief systems were wrong, they were incorrect, they didn't serve a purpose. In fact, they were divisive and you didn't even know it. You just grew into it because you were conditioned to do that. You're like a mini robot of them. And supposing you don't want these belief systems anymore, you want to choose again, what do? Because trust me, if you're looking to create wealth, for example, the level that you're at right now is directly related to the belief system you had from the ages of 0 and 7. In fact, from the ages of 0 and 7, we absorb the most information that we would ever absorb in our lifetimes. We are sponges for that information from around our environment, about our bodies, about time, all of it we absorb, and then we lock it away into the recesses of our brains and it becomes hardwired. It becomes so hardwired that we believe that that's who we are, that's our character. In fact, we say things like, that's just the way I am. Kind of lazy thinking, because it's not just the way you are. The reason why I say this is because as human beings, we have the ability to change that wiring. It's called neuroplasticity. The more we learn, but even more than that, the more we experience, the more our neural networks just kind of fire off. And you do it over and over again, they will fire off into a new configuration, and that re-hardwires you. So if you find yourself in a level where you cannot move anymore, you feel stuck at that level, look at your past, look at your hardwiring, look at your belief systems that you were conditioned to believe without even realizing it, and it's now your default. As long as you start to understand that you can change anything in your past in order to create your future, you'll always be stuck. So you must start to realize that the power is within you, not amongst your peer groups, or not amongst your organization, not even amongst your siblings or your spouse even. That power lays squarely on your lap. And if you want to evolve yourself to a new way of living, to a powerful way of living, you have to get a hold of that power. You have to make that power your own. You have to understand it, you have to manipulate it, you have to control it, and then you have to execute it. But how do you know to do that if you haven't got the tools in order to change those belief systems in the first place? Because you weren't taught to do that in school, and you're not going to go and pick up a science book, are you? So what I'm trying to say is this: don't gripe on about your situation, about where you're living, how much money you have, what's happening in your environment. Don't scream out and shout about it, because that doesn't change your neurology. In fact, that compounds it even more. That makes it even more entrenched into that default. Sit down with yourself a second and think about, what could I do that's different to what I'm doing today? What can I do tomorrow that is totally different today? What experiences can I experience tomorrow which is totally different to the experiences I do today? And keep doing that different thing every day, just for 21 days. You'll find that you will start to slowly think differently. And when you think differently, you feel differently. And when you feel differently, you start to behave differently. In the D&I arena, they don't quite understand that it's not about remits, and it's not about creating strategies, and it's not about the bottom line of profit and it's the right thing to do in order to have diverse people in your organization. The right thing to do is to change the way you think, to change the way you feel in order to change the way you behave, period. That's the only thing we can do, and if we don't do it, we keep going around in circles. We're just like little robots doing things that we don't even realize we're doing, because it's a belief system that's been hardwired. So think about it. If you want to change anything in your life, change how you feel about it, and more importantly than that, emote the feelings of what you could be doing, that you really want to be doing in the future. Do something different.